Anis?
Yes?
I received a letter stated that there is notice from the bank.
Oh no! Let me take a look at it.
It should be ARIFF, right, that paid the installments from the last 3 months.
Yes, it is ARIFF. It seems like you need to have a conversation with ARIFF in order to understand what's going on.
ARIFF, we need to talk.
What matter, boss?
Can you please explain to us what's going on?
I've checked our transactions. Why there are a lot of unauthorized transactions to unknown persons?
I can explain this.
Did you steal company's money?
It's better for you to say that's right, or should I call police?
Okay, I did it, but please don't go to police. I have families over this. Please.
So Anis, what should we do? Our company is at stake.
I believe we should consider consulting a lawyer. They can provide guidance on our next course of action.
I think maybe that is our best option right now.
Yeah, I think so. Hi Miss Izzah, I am Anis from Celebrate Technologies in BAHAR and he is my co-director, Mr. LUQMAN.
Hi Miss Anis and Mr. LUQMAN, what can I do for you?
Our company is facing a critical situation as one of our employees has stolen a significant amount of money. So it put us at risk of insolvency. So is there any way that you can help us in order to save our company?
For this issue, I think you should meet my senior counsel. I can give you my number and our firm. You can contact us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you for meeting with me today. Our company is facing significant financial difficulties and I'm seeking advice on how to proceed. I understand that our options include corporate rescue or potential winding up. Can you provide some guidance on the best course of action?
Of course, I'm here to help. Let's first assess the extent of your company's financial distress. Could you provide me with some details about your current financial situation, such as outstanding debts, cash flow issues, and any attempts you've made to address these problems?
Certainly, we have substantial outstanding debts to several creditors, and our cash flow has been severely impacted. We have been struggling to meet our payment obligation for the past few months. We have tried negotiating payment terms with some creditors, but it hasn't been successful in resolving our financial difficulties.
I understand the gravity of this situation. It seems like we need to consider both corporate rescue and winding up option. To begin, let's explore the possibility of a corporate rescue. Preserving the business and selling assets is better than allowing the company to be wound up. The 7th and 8th schedule of the Company Act provides for corporate voluntary arrangement known as CVA. CVA is when company enters into a binding compromise or arrangement with a creditors without court's approval. It's a quick and cost-effective method and minimal court intervention.
Ms. Izzah, the question is whether our company is allowed to obtain CVA and what is the requirement?
The availability of CVA is limited to debtors that are private companies which have not given a charge or debenture over their assets. For the procedure of CVA, in simple terms, all that is required in order for a company to avail itself of the statutory protection under CVA is to firstly propose an arrangement to its creditors. Then, following Section 397 of the Company Act, directors should appoint an insolvency practitioner, which is nominee, to opine on the prospects of the proposed arrangement, call and preside over creditors' meetings, and lastly, comply with filing, lodgement and notice formalities.
That makes sense. It seems like corporate voluntary arrangement is the first step. How long does this process usually take? And how soon can we hold the meeting with creditors?
The key element of CVA process in the meeting of the creditors must be held within the moratorium period of 38 days, with the nominee being required to give 14 days notice of the meeting. At the same meeting, the creditors will vote on the proposed voluntary agreement and requires a majority of 75% of the creditors present.
Yep, I understand the importance of presenting a well-developed proposal to our creditors, and I'm willing to take the necessary steps to explore the corporate rescue options thoroughly. However, if it becomes clear that the rescue is not feasible, what would be the next course of action?
If after a thorough assessment, a corporate rescue is not feasible or doesn't receive creditor approval, we will need to consider the winding up process. This involves appointing a liquidator who will oversee the sale of company assets to repay the creditors. The liquidator will follow the legal process and ensure that all obligations are fulfilled according to the applicable laws and regulations.
I see. It is a difficult decision to make, but I think it's crucial to consider all possible outcomes.
Ms. Ain, I think in our situation, CVA is not suitable for our company. I think winding up is the most appropriate course of action. I appreciate all your guidance on how to proceed about it.
I understand the gravity of the situation and the impact of investment can have on the company. Let's start by gathering all the relevant information about the investment activities. This will help us assess the situation and determine the appropriate steps to wind up the process.
I see. I have compiled documents that show the financial loss incurred due to the investment activities. I also report the incident to the appropriate authorities and they are currently conducting an investigation. However, given the magnitude of the losses and the potential damage, I believe that winding up the company may be the best way to protect the remaining asset and address the creditor's claims.
It's important to take immediate action to safeguard the company interests. In cases of investment, winding up the company can help prevent further financial damage and allow for a fair distribution of remaining assets to the creditors. To proceed with the winding up process, we will need to follow the applicable legal procedure in our Malaysian jurisdiction. First, we should determine whether the winding up process falls under the voluntary procedure or compulsory procedure. This is to ensure that the company has the right to manage the process on their own.
That sounds reasonable. I just want to ensure that the winding up process is carried out correctly and fairly. How can we determine the process?
A company may choose to wind up voluntarily if the investment has caused significant financial damage to the company and it is longer able to operate. For the compulsory process, a company may be wound up by the court if the investment has been committed by the director or any other senior officer of the company.
May I know which type is the best?
It may depend on the situation at hand. We should first discuss the issue of the solvency of the company. Could you provide me with an overview of the current issue, current status and any developments since then?
The investigation into the embezzlement has progressed. We have gathered substantial evidence in confirming the employees' involvement and legal procedures, and all proceedings are underway. The financial losses caused by the embezzlement significant, but it has become evident that winding up the company is the most appropriate course of action to protect the remaining assets and address creditors' claims.
I appreciate the update. The decision to wind up the company in such circumstances is understandable. Our primary objective will be to maximize asset realization for the benefit of the creditors. From my observation, would you like to proceed more immediately?
Yes, that aligns with our goals. I want to ensure that the winding up process is carried out fairly and transparently. How do you suggest we proceed with the investigation and asset realization?
To initiate the investigation, the directors of the company shall make a written declaration of solvency, followed by a meeting of the directors to form opinion on whether the company will be able to pay its debt within the prescribed time. The declaration must be made by the directors before the date on which the notice of the meeting are sent out to the members of the company. Regarding the statement of affair, we will identify the value and all the assets of the company and the total amount expected to be realized, the liabilities of the company, and the estimate expenses of winding up.
Understood. Then I will provide you with immediate access to all relevant records and evidence. Additionally, I will coordinate with the authority to ensure a collaborative approach. What is the expected timeline for the winding up process, and how will it impact our employees and other stakeholders?
The timeline for the winding up process can vary depending on the complexity of the situation and the assets involved. It's important to understand that the process can be challenging and may take several months to complete. During this time, it's crucial to keep open communication with employees and provide them with necessary support and guidance. We will also communicate with the company's creditors to ensure transparency throughout the process. Creditors meeting will be scheduled to discuss the situation, present the findings of the investigation, and provide updates on asset realization. Our aim is to handle the winding up process efficiently while minimizing any adverse impact on stakeholders.
I appreciate your guidance regarding communication with employees and creditors. It is vital to maintain transparency and support throughout this challenging period. As we proceed, what role will the company's management team and I play in the winding up process?
The company's management team cooperation and your support are essential during the winding up process. We will work together to share information and make decisions that are in the best interest of the company and its creditors. Your input on the company's operations, assets valuation, and creditors is crucial at this stage. It will also include facilitating the handover of assets, cooperating with the liquidation team, providing any necessary information or documentation required, and appointing one of the directors to attend the meeting to complete the winding up process.
Okay then, I will commit to working closely with you and the liquidation team to ensure a successful winding up process. We will provide all necessary assistance and comply with the legal requirements. I will pass on your input to my company and we will discuss it furthermore. Then I think that's all. Thank you so much for your advice, Ms. IZZAH and Ms. Ain.
Seorang pemuda yang merupakan salah satu pekerja syarikat ternama, Stella Bid, telah ditangkap dan dihadapkan ke Mahkamah Session di sini pada Isnin atas satu pertuduhan menyalahguna wang milik syarikatnya berjumlah RM100,000 pada Mei lalu. Perkara itu disahkan Ketua Polis Negara, Tan Sri Salman, yang memaklumkan kejadian berlaku ketika suspek dipercayai untuk memindahkan wang milik syarikat ke akaun peribadinya.